Hi students, I welcome to all of you to this session of refrigeration and air conditioning. Myself Dhiraj Mondal, Assistant Professor JIS College of Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about the air refrigeration cycle and system. Okay, you know that the last class I discussed about the fundamentals of refrigeration, where we have seen that how we can calculate the COP of refrigeration, what are the standard of the refrigeration, and also we have seen what are the applications and what are the various parameter. Okay, what are the equipments, all this it is discussed. If you have not seen my last lecture, you please see that lecture and then come to this lecture, because this is your lecture number, this is your continuation of the that particular lecture. So today we will be discussing about the air refrigeration system. You know that the air refrigeration system is basically the refrigerant is your air. By the help of air we are just minimizing or we are just maintaining the lower temperature region. Okay, so before coming to that discussion, let us discuss about myself. I'm Dhiraj Mondal, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, JIS College of Engineering. You can connect me here in, this is my YouTube channel, DM Study Center. This is a link. All the video related to refrigeration, fluid mechanics, fluid machinery, then your hydro energy and wave power. Okay, hydro wave power, these are the subject which will be taken by me. And this subject, beside this subject, some GS related subjects also taken. So please subscribe my channel to get every single video and press the bell icon for the notification. Okay, and if you want to get this today's PDF or the notes on air refrigeration system, you can connect me in this Telegram channel. Here is a there is a Telegram official channel is made by me, and this is your link. So you can search here at the red DM Study Center, so that you will be getting the this PDF. Search the PDF by the name of air refrigeration cycle and system. Okay, so these notes will be provided. You can access my note in this Telegram channel. Also, this is my Facebook page and email ID. Here you have to submit the assignment. This is my phone number. Okay, for any requirement you can connect me. Okay, so let us start the today's session, that is your air refrigeration system. So here we will be discussing about the introduction of air refrigeration system, air refrigeration system working on reverse Carnot cycle. We will be discussing about air refrigeration system working on the reverse Brayton cycle. Then we will be discussing aircraft refrigeration system, introduction, advantage of the air refrigeration system for aircraft refrigeration. DART, very important, dry air related temperature, necessity of cooling of the aeroplane, types of aircraft refrigeration system will be discussed. Next, basic or simple air refrigeration system, bootstrap air refrigeration system also will be discussed. But and this regenerative refrigeration system, reduce ambient refrigeration system, it is not in your syllabus, though we will be discussing little bit. Okay, and some highlights. Okay, then objective type question will be discussed, then theoretical question, and some numerical will be given to you. And believe me, lot of numerical will be discussing in this chapter. There are mainly the total 45 to 50 pages are there. Okay, so just one, that means this lecture, it is not possible to complete the lecture in one class. Okay, so basically there are 6 dedicated class, so we will be discussing in upcoming 6 classes. Okay, all the refrigeration system, air refrigeration system. Okay, so let us start. Basically air refrigeration system, as the name suggests, air refrigeration system means air is taken as a refrigerant. So first of all, let us discuss, if it is this is a refrigeration cycle like this, let us consider what happened. Again I am drawing it. Let us consider this is a evaporator. The evaporator, what is the function of evaporator? It is the basically the evaporator is used to evaporate the particular water. So Q2 amount of heat is extracted in the evaporator, and this is coming to the compressor. Here what happened in the compressor, the particular gas is whatever the low pressure gas is compressed, okay, and you see this is your evaporator. Here Q2 heat is extracted, and from this channel that it is coming to the compressor where WC work is given. Now it is coming to the condenser where Q1 amount of heat is rejected to the surrounding, and at the outlet we are getting high pressure, low temperature liquid. This is your expansion valve. Here enthalpy remain unchanged and high pressure liquid is expanded suddenly, and the volume is increasing and the pressure is decreasing. Okay, you can see. Okay, now here what happened in the evaporator, the particular refrigerant is evaporating, so it may be liquid ammonia or anything else. Remember, I am just describing how the refrigerant system is working. So let us consider Q2 amount of heat is extracted by the help of that liquid ammonia, and it is evaporating. By taking latent heat, it is evaporated and it is coming to the compressor. Here it is compressed. It may be some reciprocating compressor, some rotary compressor, vane compression and all this. So by the help of compressor, the pressure increasing, temperature is increasing, volume is oh my god, volume is decreasing. Okay, like this. So volume is decreasing. Now what happened when it is coming here? So high pressure, high temperature gas is coming here. It is your condenser. Now the function of the compressor is to compress the particular refrigerant, and in the condenser it is condensed. The function is to condense. That means ठंडा करना है ना. So it is basically some water cooling system is there, or air cooling, or anything, or evaporative cooling. Okay, this is your condenser. It is basically used to condense that particular working fluid, and the heat is extracted, and Q1 amount of heat is rejected to the surrounding, and the outlet we are getting high pressure, low temperature liquid. Okay, and suddenly it is expanded and it will reach low temperature, low pressure, low temperature, low pressure liquid ammonia, and again it is coming here. In the meantime, some Q2 amount of heat is added in the system, so again this heat is taken and again it is evaporated. So this is how the thermodynamic cycle is operating. Okay, refrigeration cycle is operating. But here basically the working fluid we are taking it air, not any other thing. Okay, so only air is taken for cooling purpose. Okay, so basically this is the air cycle refrigeration is one of the earliest method of cooling developed. It become, that means basically here this refrigeration system aircraft, it is used in the mainly, it is the main application is the aircraft refrigeration system. Why? Because of its low weight. Okay, equipment has low weight and it can utilize a portion of the cabin of air according to the supercharger capacity. Okay, basically why in the airplane, why we are using it? Because we know that in the gas turbine airplane we are using gas turbine, and gas turbine is operated by Brayton cycle, and here by the help of reverse Brayton cycle, this refrigeration cycle also we can operate. Okay, and we will see that the compressed air is will be using in case of combustion chamber, also in case of for condensing purpose also it will be used. Okay, so that means when it is coming from the evaporator, then this will compress. That compressed air is used, and means one main compressor will be used In case of gas turbine also we are using compressor. In case of refrigeration, air refrigeration system, we are using compressor. So one compressor is needed here, main compressor. Another secondary compressor is also needed, but the main compressor is one. Okay, that means in case of gas turbine and in case of air refrigeration system, only one single compressor is used for both the purpose. Okay, so we will be discussing it afterward. So let us see, that means how it is working. And do I think you are having sufficient idea about the gas turbine, how it is operated? If it is not any kind of knowledge you are not having, then I can say that this is a gas turbine basically working on Brayton cycle. Brayton cycle means, if I am drawing the PV diagram of the Brayton cycle, it is basically two constant pressure process and two constant entropy process. That means heat addition, here isentropic process and isobaric process, two isobaric process and two isentropic process. Okay, so this is your PV diagram of the Brayton cycle. Okay, if I am drawing the TS diagram, then this will be your TS diagram. Okay, now what happened here, the gas turbine, this is a compressor. So there are mainly two types of gas turbine: open cycle gas turbine and closed cycle gas turbine. So let us consider this is a turbine. So we are drawing it open cycle gas turbine. Okay. Now this is your compressor, this is your turbine, this is your shaft. The shaft is rotating. Now from this atmospheric, it is your atmosphere, na? So from the atmosphere, the fresh air is taken by the help of the compressor. In the compressor, the fresh air is taken. Now it is compressed. When it is compressed, then compressed air is sending to the combustion chamber. This is your combustion chamber. Okay, this one is your combustion chamber. Clear? Combustion chamber, CC. Now in the combustion chamber, what happened? Particular oil, okay, some oil is provided here, and by the help of this compressed air and spark, the combustion is taken place here, and you will see that high temperature, high pressure flue gas which will extract to the turbine blade, and the turbine is rotating. As a result, the shaft is rotating. Okay, and we are getting some work output. That work is given to the is basically used for operating that particular aeroplane. Okay, and at the exhaust, what we are getting, exhaust gas, that means burning gas is coming out from the gas turbine. Okay, this turbine is basically operating. This turbine is basically, when it is rotating, the shaft is rotating, the compressor is also operated by the help of this turbine. Now what I have told you, this is your main compressor. This main compressor is basically used for both the gas turbine as well as for refrigeration purpose. How it is acting, I will be discussing it afterward. Just take a simple concept, and after that it will be more easier to understand how it is operating. So I think it is clear. So same process here, air refrigeration system divided into two systems: closed system, open system. Closed system means this is your this is your compressor, this is your turbine, this is your combustion chamber, and if this exhaust gas, again it is taken by the help of this heat exchanger. If it is again entered to the turbine compressor, and again it is, that means the recycling, it is again recycling, then it will be called closed cycle. Okay, closed cycle. And so in case of Brayton cycle, the closed cycle, the diagram should be like this, PV diagram. But in case of open cycle, the PV diagram would be like this. Clear? 1 2 3 4, like this. So here basically we can use closed system or open system. So I think it is clear what is closed system, what is open system. So all that your definition what I have told, that is written here, you can read it. Now let us discuss about the air refrigerator working on reverse Carnot cycle. You know that reverse Carnot cycle, when the air refrigerator it is working on reverse Carnot cycle, what will be that? So that we are going to discuss. If a machine working on reverse Carnot cycle is driven from an external source, it will work or function as refrigerator. Means you know that the Carnot cycle is what? If it is your PV diagram of the Carnot cycle, this is the Carnot cycle PV diagram and TS diagram like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happened? Some heat is added, some work is done, some heat is added, some work is done, Q2 amount of heat is rejected, then WC amount of work is done on the system. So this is your Carnot cycle, but what happened? I am just rotating that cycle anti-clockwise, so that what will happen? Q2 amount of heat will be extracted, Q2 amount of heat will be extracted, WC amount of work will be done on the system, Q1 amount of heat will be delivered to the surrounding, and by the help of some your turbine or expander, okay, expansion valve, we are expanding that particular liquid at the outlet so that it will come to its liquid condition. Okay, that means it can be it can come to its low temperature, low pressure and liquid condition. Okay, so that's just we are reversing back the TS diagram. Okay, so if it is your Carnot cycle, I hope all of you know that Carnot cycle, how it is operated, and we have seen the 1 minus T2 by T1 is the efficiency for the Carnot cycle. Okay, and it is one kind of what we can say 100% efficiency can be achieved in Carnot cycle, and all this also it is discussed, isn't it? So reverse Carnot cycle means we are just rotating in anti-clockwise, so that what happened here, you can see this is your compression, this is your compression, expansion, again expansion, compression. So what happened here in this diagram, this is your adiabatic process, this is your isothermal process. Now in Carnot cycle I am extracting Q2 amount of heat by the help of this WC amount of work, Q1 amount of heat is rejected to the surrounding, and here expansion is taken place, expansion is taken place. Okay, now this is your corresponding TS diagram, LPNM. So you can take the TS diagram here. Basically the TS diagram is PN, here Q2 amount of heat is extracted, this is your Q2 amount of heat, and WC amount of work, it may be some compressor work, it will be given here, and Q1 amount of heat is rejected to the surrounding, and it is your expansion process. Okay, like this expansion. So you can see here basically cold the all the process it is given. So two isothermal process, two adiabatic process consisting of this TS diagram. Okay, so same as that means the Carnot cycle, and it is your reverse Carnot. The cycle is rotating anti-clockwise. Okay, nothing else. Okay, so by the help of what about the I am discussed the evaporator, compressor, condenser, expansion valve, how the heat is extracted, this amount of heat is extracted. So this is here you want to calculate the COP is equal to Q2 by Q1 minus Q2, you know, and as it is your reversible, all the process is your reversible, isothermal, reversible, adiabatic or isentropic process, so we can write T2 by T1 minus T2. Okay, So in case of the Carnot cycle, what we can write, T2 by T1 minus T1 is the COP. Okay, you can see here the COP is a heat extracted from the cold body by work done. So heat extracted in the area like this, heat extracted in this area by work done. So work done, you know that work done is equal to Q1 minus Q2, and that is equal to T1 minus T2, as it is your reversible process. Okay, so this is your all about the COP of the Carnot refrigerator. Okay, next, for reverse Carnot cycle, refrigerating machine is equal to machine, the COP of refrigerator is equal to heat extracted from the cold body of cycle by work done. So this is the all about the this equation is needed when we are going to solve the numerical COP of the refrigerator in case of Carnot cycle. Now here this T2 and T1, it is coming under this thermodynamic temperature scale. Okay, for Carnot cycle heat pump, if it is heat pump, then what will be the COP? Desired effect by work input. What is the effect? Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. So T1 by T1 minus T2 will be the COP of the heat pump. Okay, because at that time, okay, at that time what happened here, if it is your cycle T2 T1 and this is your W. So what happened in case of heat pump, the higher in this region, this is your desired effect, T1 amount of heat is added. Okay, so basically higher temperature, the temperature is higher, even though we are maintaining that higher temperature than that of the surrounding temperature. Okay, surrounding temperature is lower, but surrounding system temperature is higher. In Norway, Switzerland, Finland, okay, these are the country where this heat pump is used basically. Okay, but in Saudi Arab we are using a refrigerating system. Okay, so these are the condition that if the outside temperature minus 5 degrees centigrade, minus 10 degrees centigrade, then to survive there in Greenland, in Denmark, we will see that that means you have to maintain the system temperature is equal to minimum 15 to 20 degrees centigrade, so that heat pump is needed. Okay, by the help of the heat pump, some amount of heat is injected to the system. So what is the COP? Desired effect, and desired effect means T1 or Q1 amount of heat or T1 amount of temperature is raised. So in case of heat pump, it is equal to, we can write T1 by T1 minus T2, and 1 plus T2 by T1 minus T2 is equal to what? It is equal to COP of the heat pump, because we know that COP of a refrigerator is equal to T2 by T1 minus T2. Okay, how it is coming? Because you know that you can write this is equal to T1 minus T1 plus T2, sorry, minus T2 plus T2 by T1 minus T2. So T1 minus T2 is what? 1. This is equal to cancel, this will be cancelled out, so it will be 1. So 1 plus T2 by T1 minus T2. So it is equal to this is equal to COP of the refrigerator. Okay, so this is why I can write that COP of the heat pump is equal to 1 plus COP of the refrigerator. So if somebody giving you the COP of the heat pump, you can easily find out the COP of the refrigerator at that particular condition. Remember, this is depending upon the surrounding temperature and system temperature. Okay. Next, for Carnot cycle heat engine, you know the efficiency is what? For heat engine, it is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. That you know. I think it is known to you, because you have gone through in your thermodynamics ME 301 chapter. Thermodynamics, a dedicated subject was there. So for in case of heat engine, this is the efficiency. Okay, COP of a heat engine is equal to work obtained by heat supplied. So this is equal to T1 minus. Now this is your one numerical is taken. Let us see how, let us solve this numerical. Example number 2.1. An inventor claims to have developed a refrigerating unit which maintains the refrigerated system space at minus 5 degrees centigrade. So you have to maintain minus 5 degrees centigrade. So to avoid this minus sign, minus 5 degrees centigrade temperature can be written as 273 minus 5 is equal to 268 Kelvin. Okay, 268 Kelvin. So the temperature T2 is equal to 268 Kelvin. Clear? Now the which operates in a room where temperature is 26 degrees centigrade. Room temperature 26 degrees centigrade. So T1 is equal to what? T1 is equal to 299, because 273 plus 26 is equal to 299 Kelvin. And the COP is equal to given, COP is equal to 8.4. Find out whether this and whether the claim is correct or not. So इन्वेंटर क्लेम क्या किया, इन्वेंटर क्लेम किया है कि he has to claim to have developed a refrigerating unit which maintains the refrigerated system at this temperature at minus 5 degrees centigrade, which operate in the room temperature with 26 degrees centigrade. Now COP is given. So you have to, that means you have to find that whether the claim is correct or not. So how we can say the claim is correct or not? Because the maximum possible COP will be what? The maximum possible COP will be T2 by T1 minus T2, because it is in case of the reverse Carnot cycle. In case of reverse Carnot cycle, the refrigerating effect. Okay, so how we can say that means this is the maximum possible. Why? Because for in case of reversible in case of reversible process, this is the efficiency and this should be the maximum efficiency. As we know that for Carnot cycle maximum efficiency can be obtained, and for reverse Carnot cycle maximum COP can be obtained. Okay, as we are using thermodynamic temperature scale. Now the COP of the refrigerating unit will be maximum when it is working on reverse Carnot cycle, isn't it? So when it is working on the reverse Carnot cycle, then the COP of a refrigerant system will be maximum. So maximum possible COP is what? Maximum possible COP means T2 by T1 minus T2. Now put the value. T2 is equal to what? T2 is equal to 268. T2 is equal to 268 by T1 minus T2. T1 is equal to 299 minus 268 by 299 minus 268. If you are calculating this part, you will be getting 8.64. Okay. Now since the COP claimed by the inventor is more than maximum possible COP, hence the claim is of the inventor is incorrect. Why? Because the COP is claimed 8.4. So here you can see the COP what we have obtained, that 8.64. But the COP, that means here basically the COP which is claimed by inventor, that is your is a maximum possible COP. Maximum possible COP is your 8.4, isn't it? But here you can see the COP the claimed by the inventor is your 8.64. So that is why we can say that the inventor is incorrect. Clear? So this is all about the solution. So by the help of this calculation, we can say that the maximum possible COP is 8.64 and it is incorrect statement. Okay. Next question, question number 2. A certain machine works on reverse Carnot cycle between temperature limit of 10 degree centigrade and 27 degree centigrade. Find its COP when working as a refrigerating machine, a heat pump, a heat engine. Now, what is happening here? T2 is given. T2 is equal to what? Minus 10 degree centigrade means your 263 Kelvin. T1 is given 300 Kelvin. Okay, now what you need to find out? Refrigerating machine. COP when it is working as refrigerating machine. So in case of refrigerating machine, what is the COP? In case of refrigerating machine, what is the COP? It should be T2 by T1 minus T2. So 7.11 is the answer. But in case of heat pump, it should be T1 by T1 T2 minus T1. Sorry, T1 hobe eta. T1 by T1 minus T2. So it is your 8.11. Or you can easily write that COP of a refrigerating machine is equal to heat 1 plus heat pump. That means your if you are that means you're adding 1, then you will be getting the COP of the heat pump. Okay, because we know that COP of heat pump is equal to 1 plus COP of the refrigerating system refrigerating machine. As when it is working as a heat engine, then 1 minus T2 by T1 is the efficiency. So 0.12 or 12.3% is the efficiency. Okay, so very easy problem. Let us solve next problem. Next problem number 3. A reverse Carnot cycle is used for heating and cooling purpose if the work supplied is 9.5 kilowatt and COP is 3.6. For cooling, find T2 by T1, the refrigerating effect in tons of refrigeration, COP for heating. Okay. So first of all, W is given 9.5 kilowatt, COP also given. You have to find out T2 by T1. Now you know that COP for cooling is equal to T2 by T1 minus T2, you know. Now COP also given, na. So T2, this T2, T1 minus T2 by T2 is equal to 1 by COP is equal to 1 by 3.6. So by the help of this, you can easily find out T2 by T1 because all the parameter known to you except this T2 by T1. So ratio of T2 by T1 is equal to 0.782. This is your answer. Next, how you can find out the refrigerating effect? The refrigeration effect is equal to what? COP into work done, or COP is equal to refrigeration effect by work input. So refrigeration effect you have to find out. Work input is given, COP also given. So put all the value. This is your kilojoule per. So remember the unit is very important. So refrigeration effect is equal to 3.6 into 9.5. It is given in kilowatt. Okay, so kilowatt means kilojoule per second. Now to convert it into kilojoule per hour, you have to multiply by 3600. Okay, so ultimately if it is coming under in kilojoule per hour. Now if you are divide it in terms of 14,000 kilojoule per hour, you know that for 1 torr or 1 ton of refrigeration, so 8.7 torr is the answer. Okay, so whatever you are getting, if you are dividing it by 14,000 kilojoule per hour, then you will be getting 8.7 torr. Okay, 79 torr. Okay, or if it is in kilowatt, you may write like this: 3.6 into 9.5. It is in kilowatt, so 3 by divided by 3.5, you will be getting in terms of torr. Okay, because 3.1 ton is equal to 3.5 kilowatt or 210 kilojoule per minute, or 3.5 kilowatt or 14,000 kilojoule per hour. These are the 1 ton of refrigeration. Okay, meaning of 1 ton of refrigeration. Okay, now the last question is a heat pump. The COP of the heating. So in case of heating, it is your T1 by T1 minus T2. These are affected by work input. So ultimately you know that T2 by T1 is 0.78, so ultimately 4.5 is the correct answer. Okay, and this question number 4, it is your homework. Solve it in your home. There are a lot of numerical which are given to you. Okay, acha, this question also it is visible. Question number 2.5 also your homework. So these all are what I have discussed, that solve it in home and submit to my official mail. So and these are the numerical which is all is must, you have to submit this assignment. Okay, so where to submit this assignment? This is my official mail. Here you can submit my this assignment, and this lecture will be available in the DM study center. Okay, and these notes will be available in Telegram channel. Okay, and please write down once you have completed this lecture. And I would like to say thank you JIS College of Engineering for this particular initiative, because our student will be getting benefited for the rest of their life. Whenever this basically some part will be in confusion, then they can get access this lecture anytime. Okay, and please subscribe my channel DM Study Center to get every single video, and press the bell icon to get everyday notification. Okay, so this is all about the lecture on air refrigeration system. Next class we will be discussing some numerical and air refrigeration system, how it is operating. So that will be discussed in the next class. Okay, so I hope you are getting benefited for this initiative. And um, uh, please submit the assignment and practice in your home, otherwise you can't memorize. Okay, so all these will be available, all this video will be available in the YouTube channel. Also there is a video which is done made by Paulash sir, this is also available, and lot of video you can see, like from GS part also. Okay, so please follow my channel if you want to get the knowledge on GS part. Okay, polity, history, geography and all this. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.